Hello, everyone. Welcome to the month of September. It is a very exciting month, so take a breath and settle in. Now, this month's message is about moving toward what's new, even if it's unfamiliar, and it means that you're retiring what's outlived its usefulness in your life. So I will think of September as a season of fresh vision, less about forcing big leaps, but more about trying small, honest experiments, test drives that actually fit your life, your new life that you're trying to create. So you're not asked to rebuild everything overnight, of course. You're asked to loosen your grip on yesterday's blueprint, particularly where things are not working as well as you thought, or maybe you've got better ideas at doing things differently, and give your future a little more room to breathe, which September will allow. You may notice that there's two currents at once, two currents of energies. One is gentle but persistent, sort of shake up systems, habits, relationships, connections, asking to be recognized so they can run kinder and cleaner. The other is a tender letting go of certain dreams, identities, or roles or habits that you've carried with pride that simply don't fit what you're becoming or who you're becoming. It's okay to grieve that version of you, of course, that needed them, the past versions of you. It's also okay to be relieved as new possibilities open up for you. Okay, so before we jump into your reading, and we will in just a few seconds, I just want to share my next intimate group reading shows on the 5th of October, Sunday, 3 p.m. in Newtown at the Bank Hotel. Last few times been a wonderful experience connecting with your family, passing on messages. It's been a full house, so much fun. If you can make it, really look forward to it. Tickets are on the website, as well as there's a link for the tickets in the email below. Now, on to your reading. Now, this one favors clarity over complexity. If a tool is clunky, or if a habit or a structure is clunky, choose a simpler one. If a routine eats your energy, redesign it. If a conversation needs to happen, have it with care and specificity. This is a month for small hinges that swing big doors. So, one habit changed, one boundary stated, one step piloted. You'll feel the momentum, I promise. So let's ground this in places that matter most. I'm going to talk about how September can affect your love and relationships, family and home, work and money. So I'll give you a feel for the energy, practical examples of how it may show up for you, and a few tarot companions you can use as mirrors. So as you listen, take what lands, leave what doesn't. Your lived wisdom and your lived experience leads the way for you. So in love and relationships, September is simple. Make connections easier and kinder by updating the way you relate. So that can mean new agreements about phones and attention, clearer check ins, or shifting from assumption to actual plans. So imagine replacing friction with a small system that supports you both. How this might unfold at a practical level, you and partner decide dinners are phone free 3 nights a week. You add shared calendar, so surprises become fewer and care becomes visible. If you've been looping an old argument, jealousy, stonewalling, overgiving, this month wants you to retire it and install a kinder habit, a weekly 20-minute check-in with a timer or a single prompt. What would make next week easier for the both of us? So if you're dating, try one different entry point, one new event aligned with your interests, one community group, or one setting that encourages conversation without pressure. Curiosity over perfection is the message. Notice who meets you with consistency, not just chemistry. By the way, I'm just talking about any kind of relationship that can be family, friendship, but love relationships most importantly. I've got three cards for you here: Justice, Death, and the Star. Justice, Temperance, Two of Cups. That talks about agreements that feel fair, the middle path, mutual effort. If justice appears, we have to talk and make a simple written agreement. Temperance shows up, goes slower, blend differences. And with the Two of Cups, prioritize share results. We're talking about with the death, the devil, the strength, retiring a pattern, naming a sticky habit, gentle courage to do it differently. What can end with dignity? Where do we get hooked? And kind firmness. These are the principles of the pillars to follow. For what purpose? For rebuilding trust, soft starts, emotional honesty, practice repair with generosity. Keep opening small and sincere. Okay. Around family and home, home wants to become lighter, calmer, more functional is the keyword. Not perfect, functional. So this is a great month to streamline the routine no one enjoys and automate whatever can be automated. Groceries, for example, that live on one place. Bills on autopay with a monthly review. A shared sort of what's heavy whiteboard where everyone can see the load and pitch in for if you like. You might also create space for the next chapter, clear one closet, reclaim a corner for a study nook, prayer space, hobby table, meditation mat. A tiny sanctuary does more than any forced self-care ever could, if you like. So if caregiving is part of your world, update schedules and set humane limits. Care that burns you out is not care, it's a countdown. Remember that. Now, excuse me, cards wise, I've got the Emperor, Four of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. So we're talking about structure, steadiness, practical steps. The Emperor says, what, who does what and when. Four of Pentacles is about a simple system. Knight, creating a simple system. Knight of Pentacles rewards small, repeatable actions. We're talking about quiet, we're talking about recovery, we're talking about inner listening, we're talking about practicality, we're talking about a nook of your own, we're talking about rest is a task, we're talking about calmer, more intuitive home rhythm, if you will. For what purpose? Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Four of Wands, shared joy, legacy, celebration, family rituals, small celebrations that remind everybody that why you're doing this together, if you like. Around work and career and money, September is about thinking like better systems, kinder pace, clearer value. Now, work wants to run smoother through simpler tools and tighter focus. So try maybe a 2-week experiment, time blocking, a shared project board, a lightweight template for recurring tasks, or a single rule for your inbox. Keep what works, drop the rest, and you'll likely gain time. Use it to train a skill that future proofs you in some way. Now, money wants clarity and calm in September, so consolidate accounts, set a smaller budget, give your spending a simple job description. What are you finding? What are you funding this season? What are you finding this season? A course, a safety cushion, a tool that reduces stress maybe around finances. Align money with meaning and you'll feel maybe steadier, even if the numbers haven't changed much yet, although they will in the coming months. So don't be surprised if an old dream of what work should be like for me and how much money do I want to make. That loosens the grip. Maybe you want to make more, maybe you want to go easy. That's not failure though, it's accuracy. So let your next chapter be designed for the person who you are now. I've got 3 cards for you again. I've got the Magician, 3 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. So we're talking about tools, we're talking about teamwork, we're talking about craft. The Magician goes, which tool saves an hour? 3 of Pentacles wants collaboration, 8 of Pentacles rewards deliberate practice. So we're talking about building training and credentials. We're talking about choosing a teacher maybe, or a course. And a teacher can be on YouTube as well, by the way. Page of Pentacles I've also got here, which says start small and real. We're building boundaries, establishing boundaries in clear terms. We're fixing contracts. We're asking for clarity in writing. We're protecting our focus. We're going with steady growth, grounded leadership, new income, planting one new seed, if you like, sustainable routines. That's very Pentacle cards, and I do have Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, King of Pentacles here. So they emphasize stewardship, cash flow. For what purpose? Cash flow, fair giving, right-sized generosity. Underneath the changes here in September is a call to be real. Less performance, more purpose. Less nostalgia, more building. You may feel waves of emotion as old hopes loosen. Let them move through you. So you're not discarding your past, you're composting it into nutrients for what's next. It helps to think in prototypes. You don't need a polished forever plan right now. You can't have that right now anyway. You need a version 1 of, what your life would be for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Make the plan so small that it survives a messy day. Then review what worked, what didn't, what will you keep, then review again the next day. So if you tend to go at it alone, Maybe invite two other people to help, a collaborator to test ideas, a cheerleader to remind you why you started. So when you design or when you walk with others, the future stops feeling abstract and starts feeling shared. And that matters. Um, in love, name one habit that would make you feel more cared for and ask for it kindly. In family, hold a meeting, have a chat, choose one routine to streamline now, work wise. Have used one simple tool, learn one simple tool, and run your own 2 week experiment. Make one small change in your money habits. Things like that will go a long way here. So, as we close, place a hand on your chest. If that feels comfortable, ask yourself very quietly, what do I want to move forward that is truly new for me? And what is the smallest next step I can take in the next 2 days or 3 days? Whatever answer arrives, honor it. Put it on the calendar. Treat it like a promise you're making to the future. Who is already grateful? Who are you already grateful for? What are you already grateful for? September isn't asking for spectacle, it's asking for sincerity. Try one rhythm, retire one old pattern, thinking pattern. Share the work a little more, protect your energy a little better. Let your life become simpler and kinder on purpose. You're not late, you're right on time, and you've got this. Lots of love and take care.